this year with wins over Force, Na'Vi. Yeah, that's pretty big to take down Na'Vi. That was an overtime game, 16-14. They beat Game Legion Prison, who are now Let Her Cook, as you know, Guild, and some others. So big keeper. They are messing around when it comes to Anubis. So for ENCE Athena, they have to show us what they got.
Yeah, of course, beat Na'Vi Javelins yesterday. Na'Vi Javelins are taking that personally. They've beaten Team Spirit 13-5 in their first map. Of course, we'll keep you up to date. As soon as you know, as soon as I know, you know. God, words. They're so hard. MSAM, though, finds headshots way easier. Combines with pauliiee, ZAna, trying to do the damage, but the dualies do absolutely everything.
2 pistols, 4 kills. pauliiee from Dark sends them to their graves. What a quad kill. Yeah, there we go. That's a pistol round for ENCE Athena, something they've been sorely missing so far in this series. We'll see it back from her POV in a second. MSAM with the spam, but it's the dual Berettas that do all the work. These are hard shots too. Quite the distance on them, but pauliiee, instant headshots every time. That is insane.
Damn, that's sick. All right, that's a top 5. What a play. pauliiee's been very good in these pistols. I think she had a 3K as well on Ancient. And now she's looking to find even more damage. Drops the molly. They're just going to run through it, disrespect it, but it leads you straight into your demise. pauliiee is locking down B with authority.
Even the dualies, they get a bit of resurgence, but no, actually, they don't quite hit. But it's okay. The MP9 gets the kills. The M4's recovered. ENCE Athena very happy with where they're sitting right now. 332 ADR for pauliiee after those 2 rounds. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think she's earned that back.
Yeah, no, she definitely has. I think what's interesting as well is, look, obviously we talk about the win streak. It's the T side that is way better for being a keeper, as you would expect it to be on a map like Anubis. But CT side as well has been very decent. So even though they go down a couple of rounds, maybe they don't get everything they desire on this T side, their defense is pretty formidable. For ENCE Athena, it is about finding as many of these CT rounds as possible to give themselves the best possible advantage when they swap over.
You're going to test out A. 4 players. About to be giving Milo something to worry about, as she is almost run over, but Zero arrives blinded. Doesn't matter. Hits her headshot. T's swarm in as spam from Juliano, almost actually catching 1 player. So bomb planted, and you still got this middle lurk, which might just be the nail in the coffin. Kyossa is ready for it. Activates a little early, but she's got them both contained.
Yeah, she does her job. Even though she doesn't get the kill, she's locked them to pretty much a pretty horrible fate. She's burned already half the time off the clock. ZAna's low. This could get interesting, but Juliano swings from Fountain. She's got the crossfire with Jenny. This should be impossible for MSAN, and it is. A executes are one of the staples of Bigger Keeper's T side. They show it in round 3, and they show us why it can be so dangerous. That was even with ENCE Athena rotating 2 players over. There was 1 entry kill from them, and from there, it was just all big in the feed.
Yeah, so you got a really nice kill as well. So it's a little unfortunate, because it felt like off that kill with the extra 2 players there, that they were going to be in a good position, but the utility was great, and just the swarm of players. Juliano playing up on Fountain, able to take so many different duels from different angles. And despite winning the pistol and the follow-up, losing the gun round has set ENCE to a bit of a dire situation. We got pistols across the board.
That's rough, but at the same time, Milo's got 3K, so she can drop an AWP over for Zia in the next. I'm going to poke and prod out A. Not finding anything at the moment. It's a very reserved round out of Big, but it starts with Kyossa opening the account over at B, and pauliiee, while she was so good with the pistol in Dark before, this time you're against AKs. It's going to be a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, no armor either. Bomb is obscured from her vision. They know where these players are. I don't know from earlier. She'd love to find this lurk and maybe get herself an AK, but looking at biggest positions, they don't want to allow any sort of rifle to be passed over. The Juliano almost goes down 1 HP, keeps it clean for Big.
Yeah, I haven't really said too much about Ida and kind of the, obviously, legacy that she had at Bigger Keeper, was part of their roster for 4 seasons, and
even before that, I think she played with the team
EQUIPA.
EQUIPA, but even before that, she was playing with most of the squad together. So she's got a history well before ESL Impact with most of the players.
And it's really cool to see. Going to be keeping an eye on her as this game progresses. It was a really good start for ENCE, but now Big seems to find their foot in just a little bit. pauliiee blowing open the smoke, having a peek in dark and finding Juliano.
Yeah, pauliiee continuing to prove her worth in this position. pauliiee and ZAna, though, they want to take A, putting the pressure on. 1-for-1. Two bodies littering A main, puts it into the 3-on-3. And keep an eye on mid, because Jenny R is pushed through the smoke. Continues to progress, but the rotation comes through from pauliiee. Oh, not ready for Jenny just to peek that angle with perfection. ENCE, she's about to be feeling the pressure. Pincer onto the B bomb site. She's stuck back left. Molotov's going to come forward in her position. She was hoping maybe she'd go overlooked. Giving a smoke to Ida. ZAna covering every eventuality.
Really nice from EQUIPA, because typically on this map it will be kyossa that tries to find entries towards B. She'll be that lurk threat. However, because she's smoked off and because EQUIPA have got the space over towards A, they were expecting rotations. That's why Jenny takes the space, but as soon as she doesn't see anything, she has that initiative to push further. ENCE Athena were just contained in these bomb sites, and then it was just too little too late. Really good. Also, just forward planning. The fact that EQUIPA are mollying out that tricky corner, because if they didn't, that could have got a whole lot scarier.
Back to the pistols. It's very unfortunate when you're in this position on the CT side where you just kind of go between gun round and pistol round. Makes it really hard to feel like you're building anything up. ZAna's AWP. Ready and willing for a fight in dark, but it's not going to come to her just yet. You see Big crawl into the A-bomb site. Nilo is going to find that out the hard way. And they can just take the bomb through. Ida, maybe if she hit some sort of crazy shot, could have made something happen. This will be the fourth for EQUIPA.
And this is just kind of that snowball that we're talking about. A couple of rounds don't go their way. Suddenly they've won 4 on the bounce, and it has been not really noteworthy from ENCE Athena. There's been one round that's thrown in that could have caused a little bit of confusion had it not been for Jenny R's positioning in middle. But apart from that, it's been smooth sailing for this T side. They're kind of back to their winning ways, and they're looking to inflict further damage. Just looking at the money, that there is AWPs potentially available for Zia, but she'd have to admit utility or maybe even Kevlar to try and afford it. I think she's not at that sweet spot yet. She can really afford it. So a rough start, to be honest, because it was really good work to put ENCE Athena 2-0 up in the first place.
Yeah, that great pistol round, and then, yeah, unfortunately, not much to follow up outside of the follow-up gun round against the eco pistols. Seeing the strengths of the T side from EQUIPA. I mean, there's a slight caveat that Anubis is T-sided, so you know, on some level you are expecting the T's to be running rampant. We're definitely seeing the buff of the boot camp in play, though. It feels like watching this team currently.
No, it does certainly feel like that. We might be live actually sooner than we think, because you can see just in the back corner of ZAna's POV, knives are being swung round, drops are being given out. Trying to figure out which player is which based on just kind of their arms. I don't know.
Well, kyossa is not either of those because she has the Spider-Man behind her.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll tell you that for free.
I think it's Juliano behind her.
Okay, well done.
I think Jenny, the yellow mouse pad, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
We'll figure it out.
Possibly. Here we go. That's Juliano, right? I mean, yes. I'm sorry, but I mean.
Okay, so that wasn't Juliano. I thought it was pauliiee.
Yeah, positionally.
Yeah. Also,
that's ZAna behind her.
Yeah. No.
No? I don't know. This is too hard to work out. So, need a wider camera angle.
So basically, ZAna is now behind Jenny. On the right side of ZAna is Juliano because of the coat. Kyossa's wearing the Spider-Man, which means
oh yes,
pauliiee is directly behind ZAna. Fun. That was great.
I need a diagram to work that out. Kyossa's got that sixth sense, the Spidey sense tingling that she's on the camera. Oh, Juliana missed the. She doesn't have
there we go.
They know that they're in the tech pause. They're probably going to be on cams. They're having fun with it.
There's good vibes in both teams. I think it feels like everyone was listening to like a Spotify song. Don't know why it was a Spotify song. A song on ENCE Athena's side before the match went live. Where's the dog?
Oh, that's the problem. What are you? No wonder they're struggling.
True. But focusing back in. I want to actually kind of divert away because I know I started this chaos, so I'm going to try and bring it back to some sort of normality. I want to actually just talk about ENCE Athena because we were saying before this broadcast went live that we were incredibly impressed with how they were doing because I didn't expect them to hit the ground running just so soon.
No, and they were able to, in my opinion, I mean, they should have beaten Pigeons. I think there's so many times that I've said that a team should have beaten that team. Like, it just feels like anytime they win. I
kind of feel like we're just like Pigeons haters, and it's not supposed to come across that way. But
I am a hater. I'm hate maxing. No. I'm going to say it right now. I'm hate maxing. I'm done with Pigeons winning everything. True. They are Enigma Galaxy. If you don't know, I'm done with it. I want something new. It's time it's a new year, a new season. It's time for something new, exciting. And I thought that ENCE were gonna take them down a peg. They should have. I said this about every team that seems to ever play them. HSG should have beat them.
Oh, HSG
Fluxo should have beat them.
Won that BO3. Fluxo did beat them.
Yeah, but
Vertigo 13-8.
I don't know. Na'Vi should have beat them. Everyone should have beat them. Furia should have beat them in the past. Big EQUIPA should have beat them. How do they keep getting away with it?
I don't know. I do not know.
They're just good. For all my hate maxing, they're very good.
Oh, it was 13-6. God, they got even less rounds against Fluxo. My bad.
Na'Vi, as you mentioned, playing at the moment. Yeah. They won their opening map over Team Spirit, 13-5.
Yeah.
They're bouncing back from the loss yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's get into this. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for putting up with us. As always, round 7, about to kick things off. Zia does have the AWP, but as mentioned, no armor.
Okay, so she has opted to bring it out. She was fighting a lot of crucial openers for ENCE's rounds on Ancient, so we can do that here. This is a tough position to be without armor because the mollies and the spam are definitely going to be on top of you immediately. There's nowhere to go. So she needs to hit this shot. Needs to be perfect. ZAna is edging closer and closer. It's going to be a flick. Oh, Panic doesn't quite hit the mark. ZAna a little quicker on the trigger. And Kyossa, she is incredibly fast with it. 2 for her. The bomb site is open. The planted as well. And ENCE, for all that waiting, don't get much from it.
Yeah, that's tough. She even had the shadow advantage. Familo and Ida, who are just sitting on A, they're probably just thinking, what's happened here then? How big able to just break through the B bomb site with ease. As soon as ZAna takes the contact, you notice how the rifles immediately just rush the site. They fan out over the bomb site as well, which makes it really difficult for ENCE, who is set up in that double dark positioning, to really find anything. There's so many like timings in which you have to like drag your crosshair like back and forth. It's really tough to manage, and Kyossa just deals with both of them. So important they hold on to the rifles here though. pauliiee steps forward and gets rid of one. Can't find Ida. That's a saving grace for ENCE Athena, but in the ground reality, it just feels like a consolation prize.
I love how responsive EQUIPA are, right? That was so fast off that kill. There's just no room for ENCE Athena to breathe. Anytime Beekeeper are entering, there's always just like 3 players immediately in your bomb site. Like there's just no time to call anyone over, even if you've got all the bodies there. So that round we saw it on the A hit as well in the first rifle round. Even if you got the right read, they're just on top of you.
It's also just good because they get ahead of all utility. If ENCE were trying to like distribute any of it, but also that gives you more opportunities to kind of kill players that haven't got the guns out. Rough sequence. That's now 5 rounds in a row for EQUIPA. 5-match winning streak. It's all lining up. Money still not in the greatest state of affairs. ENCE blowing on the mouse.
Yeah, it's like a Nintendo cartridge.
Yeah. Put it back on the wheel. Let it go for a charge.
You ever gamed with a mouse that's got a ball in it?
So, yeah. So, fun fact about me, guys, is
we love Brandon fun fact hours.
When I first started playing Counter-Strike, this is a true story. People were going to go, no, this isn't real. This is true. I promise you, it's true. When I first started playing CS, it was when I didn't have a gaming computer. It was all the way back in the distant land of a decade ago. Waiting for my 10-year badge, CSGO. Excited. And I used to play on an iMac. All right? First signs of trouble there is that I was playing on an iMac. I got 12 FPS in-game, which kind of explained why I was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But I was like, 12? That's not bad. Sometimes it went up to 16, and that was exciting. I was like, that's a big number. Turns out it isn't. But I used to play on... I didn't have a mouse pad. I used to play on a ball mouse. So I'm sorry to anyone in 2014 that I used to play with, because I did troll your games. I didn't know what I was doing. I was young. I didn't understand how bad that was.
Yeah, I feel like these days, like, everyone is so clued in that you don't get clueless people that you can just stomp anymore. You know, it just feels like everyone is like...
It's like at Christmas when you had like the COD noobs, right? That was me when I first started playing CS.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get better one day.
Milo's got the dog back.
Oh, here we go. That's there. Go on, Milo. Oh, okay. There we go. Out of the way. Dog buff, real. I love it when the pets are. I wonder if Ida. I don't know if we can sort to Ida, see if the cat's still
so
present.
Cute.
No cat.
No.
Oh no, cat's gone. Cats are like that though, right? You know.
They're independent.
Yeah, you can't rely on a consistent cat buff. Cats are real up and down. Oh, M-Sound's gone.
I was looking up in the sky. I feel like she's been having issues with her mouse, so maybe she's gone to get a new one.
Hopefully not.
Floorboards for another one. Yeah, I just got told in my ear that I'm right. She's gone to look for a mouse, so that's cool. Hopefully she finds one.
Oh,
you just
back and forth.
You're just watching the dog.
I was looking at M-Sam, but also...
Oh, okay. Because then as you said that, him was going back and forth.
Hilma. You gotta say it a bit Finnish.
Well, we started this map, so we'll have to finish it.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. Thank God. I've never been so happy to see the timer ticking down.
Okay, so actually, fun fact, I just googled what Hilma means, and it was in occasional use at the turn of the 20th century, and its meaning is determined protector.
Oh, that's a nice
short and sweet choice. It's sure to remind the baby, or the dog, I guess, that they are always supported and protected by their loved ones. That's wholesome. That's not wholesome. That's a lot of damage.
Ah, it's wholesome in that it puts holes in them.
Yeah, I know. But they need some flex tape to try and recover this half. However, that's not happening. New mouse or not, ZAna deals with M-Sam.
Okay, there's a stack on A. Will do. Found by Kyossa. So now you feel like you can just walk in with Juliana's position in mid. She'll hear the rotations. Or maybe they'll just come straight to her. Oh, okay.
Dog buff.
Dog buff indeed. Talk about a hard clear. That's an AK you can take over to the next. Keep these 2 rifles alive.
I mean, you hunt this every day of the week if you're bigger keeper. Look at all the money they've got. They are loaded. USP nearly finds a kill with kyossa. Gets out 99. It doesn't matter what gun it is. It's always 99 damage, it feels like sometimes. That really sums up ENCE Athena's game. That's horrible. For Zia. I really would be hunting this if I'm bigger keeper. You got money to burn. I know... You know that Ida's saved as well. Yeah, this should definitely be a hunt. There you go. Bigger keeper slander in chat.
Yeah, take that, bigger keeper.
We hate Max and everyone. Come for
one
pigeons.
suboptimal play in your 2-map domination. How dare you? But anyway, they'll be very happy. 6 rounds. Sure. 2 rifles saved over, but for ENCE Athena, they need rounds, not guns. Ops for Zia, this time with armor, so that's something for her. And we got the big Krakow sprays on the floor.
Oh, that's Benny. What I'd like to see from ENCE Athena right now is that they either go for a 3B setup, because it's been quite vulnerable, or you have 2 players in middle trying to take the space and the control away from bigger keeper, and then you've also got a quick rotate for A. Instead, they're just going to push. They're going to try and fight out here. It is just kyossa, but I shouldn't really be saying just kyossa because she's been inevitable in a lot of these rounds. And
gives that nade a header.
Look at that space that she's given to Juliano. Oh, never mind. Wardy's aware of it.
Yeah, dark players love to play around smokes. So Wardy fully aware of that possibility. An opener presented for ENCE. Big group and head towards A. The whole squad over here. It's a double up on the defense. Milo and Ida with elevated angles. Flashbang 4. They're all the way into the side though. Paulie's scaling so quickly. Pauliiee, oh my god, Pauliiee. Spins around for the 3rd. She is a laser in the A bomb site. Unbelievable.
Sheesh. And honestly, that's... We'll come back to it in a minute because Zia's found Pauliiee and it's a 2-on-2. There's no kit, but they're 100% going for this retake. They need rounds. Jenny not peeking until Zia pulls the incendiary. That's heartbreaking. ZAna on the angle gets dinked, but she collects the kill instead. But back to my original point, what I was going to say is that's the power of bigger keeper and their explosions into these bomb sites. Take a look at this again. The scaling out of Pauliiee is fantastic. And I mean, it is just a cherry on top. She spins round and opens up the A-bomb site with ease. That's awesome.
Yeah, we talked about Pauliiee being a player to be watching on Anubis. And yeah, I think she just demonstrated why that's the case. 3 different angles. It always looks so good when you watch a player do that.
So here's where I don't like the triple B setup from ENCE Athena, and they should, I think, in my opinion, reset into the double mid. Because you've already shown that you've pushed. And look at kyossa's positioning. While she is starting to make her way down now with about 1:15 on the clock, she's going to be so aware that ENCE Athena are more than happy to make that play. There's that double swing in mid. Whilst it does come at a consequence... Oh, they've pushed B at the same time. I was going to say, whilst it comes at a consequence leaving A open, it's fine. Instead, they need to be worried about B.
Feels like A and B, wherever you got kyossa at one end, you got Pauliiee at the other.
Yeah.
They're so sharp when they start to like lurk and take little peeks into the sides. It kind of reminds me a lot of the way Na'Vi Javelins, you know, play their Anubis with Hanker and Angelica.
This one's not over. Players can rotate forward. Milo is stepping towards dark. Pauliiee on the angle. She's never going to peek it. Just put some molly down in their face. Yeah, again, no kit for ENCE.
No kit, time ticking. Milo does get one back and another. There we go. In 3 quick succession, all the kills go the way of ENCE. They will get that defuse through. Milo living with 1 HP, so Sometimes it does go the other way. And weaponry recovered, doesn't matter, there's no kit. They've found everything they need.
Fair play. Fair play, really good retake. And it's just as simple as closing the gap. Look at how static big EQUIPA are after they lose kyossa on B. They don't take space. They don't go into B main. They don't go into CT. They don't extend further in towards Temple. They're stuck, confined on the bomb site. And then it's so easy for these players just to suffocate them out the server. Really good retake. Milo at the helm of all of it. Necessary round for ENCE Athena. And now they're wielding double orbs.
They're still getting aggressive. The HE is perfect, but kyossa's crosshair placement is even better.
They need to stop challenging her here. Although, I just found Juliano in mid. This is better.
Ooh, the molly. ZAna wanted to peek. And, well, she's given the peek. And pauliiee, again, has found the orb this time. Wins out that fight onto Milo. Again, kyossa, pauliiee, finding these kills on each side of the map.
Yeah, there's a couple of blunders here, and it's just, to be fair, you can kind of give it to ENCE Athena because they are a new roster. It's going to take time to gel, but there's significant overpeaks coming into these rounds that are making it really easy for Big. You don't want to give this team the time and the space to work with because, I mean, pauliiee's already demonstrated that they will just destroy you, and she has, time and time again. Zia, M-Sand, it's a familiar feeling. You're just saving. You're holding on to your rifles, hoping that in the next round it could be more beneficial for the future. But at the same time, this is now 8 for Big EQUIPA.
Yeah, and even with this map, you know, leaning T-sided, 8 is still a substantial round toll to be taking. See both those kills. Well, he just runs in.
Wow.
I think because ZAna's position, knowing that she could lock off rotations.
That's confidence. That's full confidence out of Big. They're just taking every single fight that they want. Smoke thrown by Juliano lands in the middle of Dark, and it actually cuts off the entryway for players on the B bomb site to give that a look in. So if we expect Waldy, she's kind of struggling with the amount of smokes that is going on. Stand to the right-hand side of it. Will dispense one of her own. ZAna's been set up to peek, and kyossa, yet again, is on a mission.
They know that the orb's holding this. I had already peeked it. It feels crazy to me to re-peek. At least Milo gets the... Oh,
nice.
Come on. Milo's not going to be happy with that. But yeah, Jenny up in the perfect position.
Kyossa just walked through the smoke. Oh.
It's just punishing, isn't it? It's
this
painful.
could still get out of hand. Because look at Waldy. She's in a prime spot, and she's found Juliano. Guess what? What's behind her? Not that she knows it. It's the bomb.
Spotted, though. kyossa continues. So he's going to step in. She's loud, though. Hits the first shot. There's a chance here to clutch out for a fourth for ENCE. With the orb, needs to hit one, but kyossa, who has been undefeatable, is run down. So Zia will find that fourth for ENCE.
Hold up, where you going? Looking like that, looking so good. What you trying to do? You trying to get in trouble? Should be a crime. Flirting with the devil. Get out the way. A new dawn, new day. Can nobody touch this groove? Work hard, get paid. Dress up like a Sunday. Watch me now. I'm making moves. 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 I'm making moves.
We like to.
I'm making moves. I'm making moves. Making moves.
8-4, but who's that great for? Bigger keeper.
What?
As they step closer to taking a 2-0.
Okay. Well, same half we saw in Ancient. And so big for a different outcome. Big keeper. They're in prime position. And their map picked to add another win to that tally.
Oh,
Although,
they
they've
pushing.
left B. As the T's come in. But now you got to double up in dark. Powerful setup means that they have to scale elsewhere, and they're going to do that into Temple.
Yeah, this is good. This is really good from ENCE Athena. Taking a lot of space beyond the bomb site. However, just don't fight big. That's the one thing you don't need to do right now. I like this angle from pauliiee. However, I feel like Juliano will clear Zia. Hello. Goodbye. Not ideal at all. And so instead, ENCE Athena go trying to battle and brawl their way out of the bomb site. And it is kind of working. A 3-on-2 though. pauliiee steps into duck. They know the last player is Temple, and pauliiee keeps on delivering. Bigger keeper with a successful retake.
I don't know how they even won that retake. That felt unreasonable. It really felt like ENCE were in a great position. They pushed all the way through. There's the flank, which, oh, that was unlucky. That's the real, this is the bit. Jenny spinning. It felt like that should have been going the other way every single day of the week. And if it had, that's the kit isolated, and that's probably the wrong run. Okay, yeah, pauliiee. Give him a chance. Give him a chance, pauliiee.
Nope. Credit to ZAna as well. I will say that all series. Needed her to kind of step up, and she's top of the board right now, just behind kyossa. Force up for ENCE Athena. Need to try and make this a success story, otherwise we're going the same way as we did on Ancient. Flash for B. This one is for close, which is really nice. However, doesn't affect Juliano whatsoever. ZAna finds the opener. There's a lot of players here to deal with this.
Damage being done both ways. That HE hefty out front.
Look at Jenny. What's going on in mid?
Oh my god, she's just running away. Just pushed all the way through and then got around to stairs. So that means the space. Well, you think so. It's all a trick. It's a ruse. They want you to believe that there was space, but there's nothing. Or maybe there is. Make your own space. Be the change you want to see in the server. That's what pauliiee's thinking as she gets 2. We're in a 2-on-2, and it's wacky.
You can't... The difficulty you've got for pauliiee is you don't feel like you can go back in towards mid, because that's where Jenny R was. So you're going to have to push all the way through to the double doors, or you're going to have to wait for Zia to try and make a play. But Zia's low HP. This is very difficult, because you don't know where Bigger Keeper have gotten off to.
Yeah, I mean, Bigger Keeper also don't know where ENCE are. You see that they're scouting out the bomb sites, and that's given pauliiee this time to cross.
She's still scared, though.
She can group up. She's got a smoke. Oh. That timing on pauliiee's peak. Now Jenny can just come over and group up with pauliiee, so even if they get the wrong bomb site, they'll be able to run down. And with the forward plant, pauliiee wanted to get aggressive afterwards, but can't even get the bomb down.
Pauliie's so good. So good on Anubis. She makes the FAMAS look like an AK, which I think is impressive in itself. Fair play to ENCE Athena for actually bringing this one back. Here's where things got out of control for Big EQUIPA. Double up from Waldy gives ENCE Athena an opportunity. It gives them a little bit more belief, but gets snapped and snatched completely away from them instantly by pauliiee.
Familiar sight, ENCE on pistols. HE crunchy onto Waldy and Milo. Yes, Brandon, I'm going to keep trying to make crunchy happening.
I didn't even notice at that time.
Yeah, well. Dash forward, FAMAS.
Crunch.
You ever chewed rocks?
No.
That's what it feels like for ENCE right now. It's painful.
If you're a kid that has looked at a rock and thought, oh, that looks nice, I'll put that in my mouth, then, you know, maybe we've got to ask some questions off broadcast, Lucy. Bomb dropped in dark, a 5-on-2. It's starting to become a dark reality for ENCE Athena. Zan, nice shot. And Jenny R's low. Kyossa's half HP. I don't think they can win the round here, ENCE, but they could certainly do some damage. Or maybe not.
No, bomb plant means no extra money to purchase delicious rocks, but it does mean that they can still get their AKs out and their utilities. He is going to get the AWP. Oh, no, she's not. She thought about it. Would have meant no armor, so opts for the AK instead. Does feel like ZAna has been getting the best of her. So they're going to play with pack riflers, and they are going to be moving as a pack. You can see 4 players grouping for mid presence, 3 fighting forward. They want to try and overwhelm Jenny in this position. The flames are good, pushing her back. She's not deterred. Wants to try and take down one before she goes, and she finds success.
That's really cool. Throwing the flash and just peeking before it. That's the last thing ENCE Athena are going to be ready for. Big are so quick on these rotates as well. Oh, and that molly's missed. ZAna thought she had a chance, but actually the way the flames spread, it actually scares her off. The closer you are to the molly, the easier it is for you to be able to see through it. So rather than kind of taking that risk, she just resets to A. But ENCE Athena, they've done some resetting of themselves. They reconvene over at the stairs. They want to go B.
It's the right read. It's just one passive player in kyossa. It's only a pretty good angle where, you know, you'll often be able to catch a player looking the wrong direction as they come in. So many angles to clear as you enter B. And as mentioned, that exact thing happens. So Waldy dropped. Support can come over. Juliano is there to slip on through for one at the very least. Peachy deploy the smoke, but doesn't quite go deep enough. Hits the stairs, so she can't actually see through. And bomb planted. Oh, but with pauliiee fighting one side and with the other, there's not even a chance for a post plant. Series points secured for Big.
I've never seen a team make the FAMAS look really good. And between kyossa and pauliiee, they're making it look absolutely fantastic. ENCE Athena take a pause, they take a moment to breathe, but it's a difficult one to stomach when you take a look at the top, because the money, it'll be okay-ish because of the loss bonus, but ultimately you need to play perfect Counter-Strike, which has been something that's been eluded ENCE Athena for consecutive rounds in a row. They need to do it 8 times over.
If you're a big EQUIPA fan, though, this is going to make you feel good, right? They're really playing some great Counter-Strike at the moment. The individuals are all stepping up. Not giving ENCE Athena any room at all on either side of the server. When they're on the T side, it felt that way, and even on the CT side, there's no chance to even set up for post plants. Beekeeper are on top of them every single time.
It's just the fluidity just in this setup. It's the fact that when they rotate, it's not just one player, it's multiple. So you can have even a staggered setup to the point where you can flex another rifler over to a different area of the map. And you're being so dynamic, it's creating a really uncomfortable situation for ENCE Athena where they feel like they've got space, but ultimately they haven't. B bomb site. They've been getting into this one a number of times, so it only makes sense for them to come through dark. I'd really like it if they just went through their own smoke here. I know they don't know the bigger keeper have backed off, but they've seen the nade, so surely they know that potentially no one's here. And that's exactly what they've done. This is a very good play from ENCE.
kyossa about to feel the pressure. Does have some support coming over. That smoke about to be replenished as well. Despite having such forward positions on the T side where you can pounce immediately, they're waiting. See if Milo is going to get information. Oh, she's spotted an arm. She's close, ready for the swing. Perfect for Milo, but she's not going to be ready for pauliiee. No way, no how. Some damage done, and that's going to cause distraction at this side of the map.
kyossa can just call the troops back over, though. She's just seen the smoke. Juliano can flash forward. Is kyossa going to go through this? Yes, she is. Full blinded. Zia will fall the spam. However, doesn't connect afterwards. Juliano tries to step up to the plate, but ENCE Athena, they handle the pressure. But now, are they ready for pauliiee? Not quite. Another headshot deals out a devastating blow, but with Waldy taking space, they leave it into the one-on-one. Waldy on the AWP, full blinded. And now reveals that she's wielding the sniper as she fires off a shot and retreats. pauliiee closes the gap. No, she can just defuse, and that's going to be sticking in Waldy's mind. She's worried about it. She comes around the corner and hits the shot for ENCE. They stay alive for one more.
I thought pauliiee was going to clutch that for a second there. She's got like no health, like 5 HP, finds that first kill in dark, and then the flashbang. Knows where the offer is. It's not planted for her. It felt like everything was set up, but it just needed one shot to hit from either player. pauliiee gives it a good shot, but ENCE always had the power position. The fact they're able to get in with those 2 entry kills, get the bomb down. It's still bigger keeper making it incredibly difficult for them. They're so quick. Again, there's no comfort in the post plant.
It's expensive. It's expensive. Look at what it's done. They have to go AKs here, ENCE Athena, but look at their utility. Nothing there. Flashbang's fantastic to set them up on the angle, and then pauliiee just swings from main. That's your AWP removed, and kyossa's not done with the aggro yet.
Ooh, she's flashbang though, so she might be done. Tries to adjust, it's a dink. Now this brawl in middle and in canals has left us in a 3-on-3, a recovered AK for Jenny. And a heavier lean towards B. How do ENCE approach this?
I'll tell you what, Na'Vi, I got to be sweating. Obviously, you commented about them winning the first map. They just lost the second, which means that goes to a decider. This one might not go to a decider whatsoever because Milo and Waldy are the last players standing. The bomb is out of their grasp, and bigger keepers start to close the net, creep around all of these corners and set the trap. First contact will be taken by the AWP of ZAna, and then Juliano will swing with the MP9. This one's over, this one's done, and it's bigger keeper with a statement piece.
They continue their winning streak on Anubis, but this is a team that is all fired up. The boot camp buff is real. Big keeper really not sweating it. A very convincing 2-0 from them over ENCE Athena. And as we mentioned, a must-win matchup, given both these teams have faced 2 losses in the season so far. At least